Stokes Bay is the hidden jewel in God's Port, otherwise known as Gosport. However, the shingle shore and unspoilt natural area to the east belie the significance of the area during D-Day and Operation Overlord, revealed in this recently discovered Imperial War Museum film. We see the landing craft of No. 1 Troop Assault Squadron of the Royal Engineers embarking from the first of the 4 hards located at Stokes Bay. The beach functioned as an embarkation hard that allowed lorries and armoured vehicles, essential for the initial assault on D-Day, to embark onto landing craft, and this is believed to be the only film record made during D-Day at Stokes Bay. In the film, AVREs 1D and 1F, with Lieutenant Saunders and Oxtoby standing in their turrets, are seen directing their respective drivers whilst loading in parallel. They are equipped with log carpets which could provide a roadway over soft ground. The motto of the Royal Engineers is "First in, last out," because they have the responsibility of making sure obstacles are cleared from the path of the assault troops on which the success of the initial landing will depend. To help them with this task, they are equipped with armoured vehicles nicknamed AVREs. Just visible in the film are the tracks of a Sherman AVRE crab flail tank used to clear mines, commanded by Cpl Cavill, also loaded onto LCT 1408. Already loaded is a AVRE modified to carry a small box girder bridge that could be dropped over gaps or used to provide a ramp over a wall. In the background we can see the tower of Bay House as a Churchill AVRE of the 2nd Troop makes its way along the beach, presumably to be loaded at hard G2. Once loaded, the LCTs make their way along the coast of berth 43, Ocean Dock at Southampton, to await further orders. The film goes on to show the vast armada of ships in the Solent off the Isle of Wight, from on board HMS Aristocrat, assigned as acting headquarters ship to the Mulberry Harbour Port Construction Force. Electrical Officer Sub-Lieutenant A. Mitchell, Royal Navy Volunteer Reserve of Glasgow, plays the bagpipes as she was to make the crossing of the Channel overnight, arriving off the beachhead at Arromanches at first light on the morning after D-Day. The Build-Up Control Organisation, BUCO, for Operation Overlord was formed on the 20th of April 1944 at Combined Operations Headquarters, although it was not part of it. It was charged with the responsibility for regulating the build-up of vehicles and personnel by allocating priorities for the available shipping. Once the final plans for the landings were drawn up, all further alterations had to be implemented by BUCO. It had a separate staff for the American and British zones, which operated independently. The American BUCO was located in a wing of Southampton Civic Centre, with a little BUCO established ashore to relay the needs of the assault forces. The objective of the campaign was to secure a lodgment on the mainland of Europe, from which further operations could be conducted. The beachhead had to maintain between 26 and 30 divisions, as the Allies had to land an assault force sufficient to overcome the initial opposition and build it up faster than the Germans could respond. On board the LCT seen at the beginning of the film, embarkation was according to a strict plan. No. 1 Team was tasked to open green exit on NAN WHITE Beach on the western side of Bernières-sur-Mer and clear and mark a lane at least 9 feet wide. Each of the 8 AVREs were given a specific role and were loaded onto the LCTs accordingly, with this objective in mind. Corporal Cavill in his crab tank was able to flail to the seawall, and Sgt Smith dropped his bridge against the wall, but his AVRE struck a mine blocking the exit. Luckily part of the seawall was broken down, and the second LCT 1408 seen loading at the beginning of this film landed, and a flail tank beat its way up to the seawall to climb up the debris, clearing a path to the top, and the tank ditch beyond was filled. Subsequently, these events led to the iconic photos from D-Day showing the 9th Canadian Infantry Brigade landing at NAN WHITE. D-Day did not mark the end of Operation Overlord. A thorough plan was drawn up for the resupply of the Normandy beachhead, and between the 7th of June and the 31st of July 1944, more than 500,000 men made it to France on ships, landing craft and landing ships that sailed from the ports and harbours on the south